Susan Q. Hey, Susan Q, how's it going? Hello.
Hey.
Hello. There's a lag. I've been telling you hello for 10 minutes.
Oh, sorry, it was taking a while. But we still don't have the meeting on our webpage, right? We don't have it on either Facebook page, not the public one, not the private one.
I just went on there. I just realized it. I just went on there and put a note on the member-only page saying we're having a board meeting tonight.
But isn't it open to everybody? I mean, even people that aren't members, because that's how new people stopped in.
Yeah, I think so. But at this point, all I did was put an announcement. Hey, we're having a beekeeping meeting tonight, a board meeting tonight. I'm going to talk about that because we've got to have it. She got the general meeting on, but not the board meeting.
It's on the agenda.
Excellent. I've got the agenda pulled up to share. So
does it say on there?
Let me think.
It says social media meeting events to be available online 3 weeks prior, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
On the agenda.
I'm going to go get my headphones. Hopefully no one will come in the next minute. Oh.
If they do, they'll have to wait.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Get in here. Come on. No goats. Come on, dog.
You're a ghost at this moment. Can't see.
I have goats. No, get out, goats. Come on, Trevor. I'm trying to let my dog in, but the goats are. Come on, no goats. No goats in the house. Come on, Trevor. Get up here, buddy, or you're gonna be stuck up there. No. Come on, Trevor.
Goats in your house?
No, I don't, but they're trying to get in. I'm trying to let my dog in, and the goats are crowding the door and won't let him in, and they're trying to get in.
Your goats are running loose in your yard up to your door?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They
God.
sleep. Get in here. Ah, true, Jesus.
Better you than me.
Yeah, they hang out there. By the front door. They sleep by our bedroom door. We have a French door out there, and they sleep by that. They stare at me every morning.
Oh, funny.
Let's see. Nope, nobody's here. Well, we got 2 minutes.
Hair, Michelle.
Huh?
Cute hair.
Oh, thanks. So I fell yesterday, and I bruised my rib, and all one side down my body. So I'm real crippled today. Yeah. It's kind of
I didn't
suckish.
realize this template that I had, you know, it looks okay when you open it in the document and everything, but when you print it, there's a big pink part at the top and it says Contoso on it because that's the company that it was template was for.
Yes, we noticed that last time.
I didn't, no one said, maybe no one said anything to me, but I'm like, I didn't see it till I printed it. I'm like, what the hell is that?
I saw it and I thought, well, who knows? Maybe it means good meeting or something, you know? I thought, well, sure. Maybe she's being fancy.
I'll just edit this to say can't be. So hold on a second. Okay.
Okay.
I can
Well,
stick
I'm
it
gonna
out.
practice
So we'll
this.
say the pink thing will be there, but I'll take that stuff. So we just have like the pink bubble there. That'll be good. Let me
Yeah,
open the
I'm
template.
looking. So, okay. So there's my screen. But I don't know
Nobody
how
else?
to, I know how to get how to share my screen, but I don't know how to get my, I don't know how to make the agenda show up. Oh, well. I've got it on there, but I can't get it to, I'll pull it up on here. Arg. Well, maybe it'll be just you and me.
So I changed the template and the one for this month, so it doesn't say
Oh, yay.
Consoko. Purple stuff.
Yay!
I'm like, what the heck? It doesn't show when you just open it as a Word doc. My header doesn't
Right.
show up when. So I'm like, what the hell is that? Where did that come
I don't
from?
know what it
So-
was. Oh, crap.
Yeah, it's part of my
Hang on, I'm gonna have to share that email. Okay.
Maybe it's just you and me. We can make the secrets for everybody.
Oh crap. Fudge, fudge, fudge. I have to email it to myself. I'm used to working with a Mac, which is what I have, and I put it out into the B house, and I'm using an old, well, it's a brand new PC that Matt had, but I'm used to being able to share everything between my iPad and my phone to my Mac, and this stupid thing won't let me do that, so it's kind of irritating me. Okay. Well, no, we have no one. All right.
Just you and me.
Well, I guess so.
Let's call this thing to order. We'll be done in like 10 minutes.
Right. Right.
Where are they?
Seriously. Oh, here we go.
Who's that?
Here we go. I'm admitting everybody.
Oh, were they there waiting?
Nope, it just popped up.
Right now we're looking up
Hi,
your
everybody.
nose. Oh, there you go.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
Hey.
There we go. Let's see.
Arthur Linga. That's a guest. Arthur Linga. Sherry Total is here. Michelle's here. Sue's here. Arthur is a guest. Hello, Arthur.
No.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
I gotta fix my
Are you a member?
I am a member.
He is a member.
Since about
Nice to meet
September,
you.
I joined.
Yeah, he's
Well,
a
welcome.
member.
Sorry, I'm eating dinner right now.
Oh,
That's
that
okay.
is
You can go on
okay.
mute. That's
I'm
okay.
drinking. Woo.
I'm drinking too.
Unfortunately, it's just regular drinking. No night drinking, day drinking, just regular.
Is this just a board meeting or all member meeting?
This is a board
Just
meeting.
a board meeting, but you're welcome to stay.
Okay, I won't be able to stay too long, but I'll stay for a little bit.
Okay,
Awesome.
sounds good. Okay, so, yeah.
Can't wait till we
Well.
have in-person meetings.
Oh,
Yeah,
you and me both.
When we were meeting in
Yeah.
person, Arthur, we had 100 people. Didn't we? Didn't we have 80 to 100 people a lot of times? There were both
uh-huh.
those people. And it was so
Yep.
nice to get to meet so many people.
I'll tell you what,
Yes.
Christina and I, we had our first meeting and we thought no one would show. And we were just standing there and we packed that little office that we had. 80 people showed up for the very first meeting and we almost passed out.
Is Gary going to come since he insisted I add the treasurer report to every meeting?
Oh, okay, hang on. I got someone in the waiting room.
Where's
No, he participants. Oh, admit, and there's Eric.
There's Eric. Hey, Eric.
Eric, our treasurer. Hey, Eric.
Oh, Sandra's here too now.
Yeah, they were in the meeting room. Hello, everybody.
Oh.
I'm on.
Hey, Sandra.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Just remember I come in over that satellite internet, so there's always a delay.
I do that
All
when
right,
I'm out in the
there's,
country. Throws everybody off.
I know. I feel like I'm always interrupting people when I talk.
Okay, there's M. Hey, M.
Hey guys, sorry I got lost. I
No,
do that.
no. No, that's okay. So now we're just waiting on Christina, I think.
Emma, oh, you're working on the web, aren't you, Em?
Well, suppose
Okay, I'm like-
yes. I've had a hell of
I'm
a
like-
month, so I'm very sorry. And I was actually going to talk to you guys about two things about the website.
Well,
That's
we
okay.
have a
I
web
just-
update on the agenda, so,
Perfect.
Yeah.
and if I knew how to
just
share
kept
it, I
thinking-
would.
Yeah, I just kept thinking, oh my gosh, I know the name, but I don't have her down as a board member. I screw
You
up.
also
Eric, look at that little
Isn't he
face.
cute?
You totally took the board
What's
meeting.
his
You
What's
took
his
it over with that.
Okay, so
He
Gary's not.
decided
Made me
to
spill.
make a mess,
I
right
know,
as-
you made me.
right as he was being talked about. So if I step away for a minute, I'm sparing you the scenery.
No.
Love the matching shirts there.
Cutie.
Oh yeah, we have some fun when we're in the house. So thank you.
So what'd you name it?
This is Mr. Harrison,
Oh.
and he is 2 months old.
Oh,
He is all 15 pounds, and
oh my gosh.
he's eating his groceries.
He's cute.
You say thank you. You say thank you.
So is
Yeah.
Gary coming tonight?
No.
No, Gary won't make it.
So who are we waiting for then? Christina?
Christina. Trevor, come here.
I have to take off at 7. I have another meeting at that time.
Can we
We'll
call the
try to
meeting
get
to order and get going?
Yeah, hang on a second. Get in here.
Okay.
Come on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get rid of a goat. And come on. Come on.
Herding goat.
Oh my gosh. Well, my dog's outside and the goats won't let him get into the door and he'll bark if I don't let him out. So, okay, so let's call the meeting to order. Thank you everybody for joining us. And we have a visitor, Arthur. Thank you for joining us as well. So, I don't really have any club announcements except one. So as a club, we did a welfare call yesterday, Matt and I, on some bees that haven't really been abandoned. If you really want to know, the Texas Apiary Inspection Service says as long as you know who the owner is and they're alive, bees are not abandoned. But we had a person down the road from us who cannot get a hold of the person who owns the bees. So, and hasn't been able to for about a year. So we did a welfare check on them for her. So I just wanted to sort of let everybody know that I'm feel very uncomfortable touching other people's bees without their knowledge or permission. So we really felt the best way to do that would be to go as a club. So I want that kind of in the minutes so that we,
I'm writing it down.
yeah, I knew you would.
Who was with you?
Matt,
was with
Matt
you?
and I went. Yeah, Matt and I went.
Okay. Okay.
So I just would like that documented that we did not rustle anyone's bees. Anybody else have any announcements?
Do we need an announcement section on the agenda going forward?
Probably. I mean, I just like to see if anybody has anything they'd like to share outside or in the bee world with other clubs.
I'm sorry, I just love that you did a bee welfare check because that's really what it was. You wanted to make sure the bees are okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the nonprofit that I came from, the police would do welfare checks on people or kids. If someone was like, oh, I haven't heard from them, I don't know if they're okay. The police will show up, knock on the door. They call it a welfare check.
Did you leave a business card or anything for them to get in touch?
For the person? Oh, no. I talked to the homeowner. The owner.
No, I know, but I meant since the homeowner is saying that they can't get in touch with the beekeeper, then there's a lack of communication. So like if you left a card on the hive,
yeah.
then the beekeeper would know that the homeowner is trying to get in touch with them. Kind of thing.
We actually know the beekeeper and got a message to the beekeeper and still still didn't reach out to the homeowner. So yeah, we tried. Treasurer report, financial report. I talked to Gary. We really haven't spent anything all year. The only thing we spent was the stuff we talked about at the last meeting, which was the scholarship stuff, the youth scholarship, and we'll have an update on that from Sandra. Purchasing procedures. So for those of you who don't know, we're a 501c3. And so that means that we don't pay sales tax. So if you are going to purchase something, you'll need to get with Gary or myself and get the sales form so that you don't pay sales tax, because getting it back is kind of a big pain. I've tried to do that before. So that's just something he wanted to make sure that we reminded everyone that we don't pay sales tax. So food for meetings, there's no sales tax on it, so that's not a big deal. But anything else? Eric, were you able to?
Approval of the minutes. The first item is approval of the minute. The first item is approval of the.
Not on my agenda. Mine starts with treasurer report.
Okay.
So we can approve the minutes from the last meeting. Our secretary, I was thinking Christina does communications, but Sue put out the minutes, and I apologize, Sue. I haven't got them. I've got them on YouTube, but I haven't got them up on the website. So that was good.
What is our YouTube where we could go look at them?
Denton County Beekeepers Association.
Okay.
So I make a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting as documented.
Can I get a second?
I second that.
Who was that? Oh, M. Okay.
It has to be, I'm sorry, it has to be a board member, and I saw Eric.
That's right, I'm not a board member. You're right.
You can be.
Eric, okay, thank you.
Actually, do we have a quorum with just the three of us, Sue? We do, don't we?
Yeah, we have 1, 2. Christina's not here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 on the board, and there's how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a quorum.
Who's our fourth one?
Oh, is Sandra on the board, or is she just a chair? Is she a chair?
She's just a chair.
Okay, sorry. The chair, Sandra. It's such an important role. I don't want to minimize your importance. Okay.
Thank you.
So Eric seconded it.
So we still have a quorum with 3?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so all in favor? Any discussion, actually? Anybody want to discuss the minutes? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I don't really get a vote. Any opposed? All right, motion passes.
Okay.
We don't have a report from the financial report to approve from Gary, so that will go on to the next board meeting. Sue, please.
Yeah, it's on the template.
Is there anything else that I am not seeing on the agenda that that should, there's a couple bullet points, but there's nothing next to them.
Well, that's
Am I-
pretty
am I-
weird.
Yeah, am I going out of
So,
order?
The next thing is open issues with the web page. Do you show that?
Okay. Yep, that's
And
what I
then
see.
after that, I show committee reports. And there's ABC, there's 5 of them. And then there's 5 new business items.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
Okay, so where do you want to start?
Well, tell us, so the last thing that we were able to do is we got the posting fix,
Okay, yep.
right? So, well, someone posted the other day on Facebook that they could make a post, but they couldn't get it to save.
Okay.
So I think we need to double check that. The problem is everybody I know is an admin, so I had to create a non-admin general board member login or general member, but we'll need to check that out.
Okay, so they're
Um,
saying they can make the post, it brings it up, but then it doesn't save it to create. Okay,
Yeah, he said it on Facebook. You might reach out to him.
all right, I'll
He's
go look
in-
on Facebook. Am I on
Yeah.
the Facebook group? I am, yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Hold on real quick, let me make a note. Okay. My thing, okay, the calendar. So we had disabled the calendar. Do we?
Did you disable it?
No, I did not. It seems to be disabled. I wanted to know if that
Yeah.
had been disabled, if it had been connected with the original. I guess there was a second calendar somewhere in there. All right.
I went in and looked at the board calendar because I thought, well, if the board calendar shows up and the general calendar doesn't, I'll just switch them, right?
Mhm.
But no, the board calendar didn't show up either. So
Okay.
I took that whole page. I didn't delete it. I just, it's no longer published because there's no need for a
'Cause I can
board.
get to that calendar page from the Denton Bees. Now, of course, it's giving
I
me.
took the board calendar. I just took that off as it's, sorry, I have cats everywhere. That's no longer a published page. So
The board calendar,
so-
okay.
Oh, no, what
Correct.
I'm looking at is it is the published page. It is on
the regular
our,
calendar.
yes, and it is broken. It is, so
Yes.
I need to know if you have a specific plugin that you want me to use for this. Or
So
you just want any regular calendar we can find.
as far as I'm concerned, I want a calendar and I don't care how it gets on there. What is the rest of the board thing?
Good with me.
All right, you don't need you don't need to have specific needs for it, just as long as we can post events.
Yep.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
the event manager should post no matter what kind of calendar you put up there, I would think. But anyway, so can you give us, rather than sort of details, can you give us kind of an update? Because Sue was going to price having a new one made and paying someone to do it. But we were
Well,
giving you some more time. So
The
where are
first
we at
thing
on
we
that?
needed to figure out is what are we going to be using the website for? So that's what I'm having a trouble with giving you a price on, or so it's the features. So to find somebody, we need to tell them we need specific features created.
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
what you would actually be billing. So that's what I've been kind of going through here, is going through the website to see what features you currently are using and what features you want to keep. So that's why I was asking about the calendar. We know that we want a postable forum. The calendar, you need to have an events manager, coordinator, or whoever that is person be able to access it. So that
I want a
we can
landing
have that
page.
going again.
I want a landing page, not the page we have.
Right. And then we also have areas that are holding information, basically like the board minutes. You can have a location for your board minutes and your treasurer report, so that you'll be able to have all of your, like you said, you're a 501c. Yes,
Three.
that's correct. So you're a charity. You need to actually have a page that shows all the information with your charity on it. And there is a specific IRS report that you need to have 3 years of transparency. So those are all
On
pages.
our
that
990 on our
have.
website?
Yes.
It has to be posted on the website, or it can be posted on GuideStar.
I'm sure it can be posted on GuideStar as well, but I mean, like, that's all just general for transparency for your public information that you generally will have. So, I mean, those were just pages I was off the top of my head. Plus, you were talking about locations for to keep libraries of information so that you'd be able to keep the information you had gathered for Queens and things like that. You have libraries of information in here. So it's really how you want to handle those. Are you going to want to make linked pages so that somebody else is maintaining that information and then you just direct people to the other locations? Or how much are you on your own going to maintain actively updated on your website? So like, how often are we going to have to go in and update the information?
That's a very good question. I think at the moment we need a member page, we need a landing page, we need a page of club documents, we need a page with our 501c3 stuff with a link to our 990s and our mission statement and that kind of stuff. And we need a forum, and we need an educational resource page. And I think all of that, I think that's the basic, and that's where we need to start. Anybody else have anything to?
What about
add
the
to
youth
that?
page, educational leadership?
Well,
Is
we've got a club member page, but we could, add a youth page. So what does that make? About 10 pages?
No, is that under the educational resource page, under education? Or is that a separate?
No, I think
page?
I think educational resources, your library, your YouTube links, et cetera, et cetera.
What about the swarm page?
That's not a really, I mean, it is a page, but it's, yes, it is a, we have to be able to post, like people who aren't members have to be able to post, and people have to be able to subscribe to that. So we have to have pages, we have to be able to have posts. So let's say about 10 pages with links. We have to be able to post with members being able to post. We need to be able to have people able to subscribe to posts. So
you need a member login also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So can I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
So we will have an area where the general public can come in and look at our generic information, but you have to log in to get minutes.
The forum, the club
Forum.
minute, yes.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Yes, that's where the separation needed to be kind of clarified. Is the board minutes doesn't need to be out for everybody in the general public, but all of your members need to be able to access the information.
Well,
So-
and I don't think that we necessarily have to name all 10 pages that we need today. I think we need to let someone
it can
know
be
I need
all
a
of
member
those-
side, a regular side. Yeah.
All right, well, unfortunately I have to go now because I've got to go to my next meeting. So what I'll do is I'll get some of these straightened out on the board. We'll see what it looks like. And Michelle, I will give you an update next Monday. This is Monday, isn't it? On
Yes.
where I am with just those ones that you gave me now. And that way you can take a look at them. Give me some feedback.
Em,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I need some clarification. So you are going to go in and create those pages?
Right.
What are you exactly going to do?
I'm going to go see what you already have in the site. So if you have the information or like you already have these pages created and they've just been moved, bring them up, put them on your menu, the tabs, the drop-down tabs, and make sure that those links are active. That way you're going to be able to use the tags that are on the page, the forum. See, I can't even get it to load now. Dadgummit.
So here's the issue, Em.
Like the drop-down bar.
Right. So while those are all things that need to be done, I don't believe that those are the priorities. I believe the priority is the calendar and reopening the forums.
Right,
The
that's all,
forums are,
that's the,
Right,
what
the-
I'm starting with. But they have to have a place where they can be accessed. So I'm starting from, do you see what I mean? Right now, you can't even access, yeah. I'll be straightening it
no,
out.
no,
It's just,
right, M,
I'm right here.
we've kind of circled around this for about 6 months. The forums are there, they're being redirected. I was hoping Bob could find the redirect link. So he says that he can't.
Right, so
So
I said we'd have to build a new forum, which you
Okay.
can just use plugs for.
okay, so you're going to build a new forum and put a new
Yes.
calendar. Okay. All right. So can we get a motion from someone for M to build a new forum and get the calendar page done? How long would you like to get that done? We want to put that in the motion.
Those two, we can, we'll just guarantee those two, a new member forum and a calendar page, and we'll have that by next meeting.
Okay, so 1 month. So
Right.
can someone make a motion for us to vote on?
Motion? Yeah,
Will
Eric
you-
motions for that to be explored.
Okay. I need it more detailed in the minutes. So Eric, you are making a motion that M is going to have the forum put up, a new forum working, and a new calendar up and working for the calendar page by the next meeting. Is that
That's what I'm motioning? Explore, sum that up. Yes.
I'll second it.
awesome?
Okay.
Okay, so all in favor? It's the two of you, so I'm assuming you're in favor of it. Any opposed? Okay, any discussion? I didn't ask for discussion from you two. No? Okay, so both in favor, any opposed? Motion passes. All right, Em, thank you so much. Go to your other meeting. We appreciate you. Is she already left?
Sorry, Don.
Okay. All right, committee report. Communications, Christina is not here. Can't do budget because Gary's not here. Youth, education.
That's me. Okay.
You.
All the kids, we have 8. They've all received their books. The shirts have been ordered and mailed to each one. They've all been received. I would like permission to, when we go out to Texas Bee Supply, that Scott and I just pick up all the boxes, everything we need to build the hives. We want to pick that up and bring it back at once because we don't want the kids having to bring it to the workshop. We want to have it there. We want to have all the tools there. So I'm just basically asking permission to go ahead and get everything in one shopping trip while we're out there. While the kids are out there getting their jackets and their smokers, we just want to pick up all the wooden stuff in one. We don't want all the kids taking it. And we can pay for it there. And how do you want me to pay for it?
Right. So the better way would be to have Gary call TBS, Texas Bee Supply, TBS with our tax
Order.
exempt number. Yes, and have it all ordered so it's ready for you. So you
Okay.
don't have to worry about payment, and then we don't have to worry about sales tax, and that's all set up for you. So you
Yeah,
just
it
have
would just
to
be like a
show up.
will call, right? So when you and
Mhm.
Scott are there, you'd reference the order number, which I spoke with Blake because I'll get into that. But that's exactly how we would do it. We'd pre-order, they'd have it aside. When we get there, if it's a pallet worth, they have the equipment to load it on a truck or a trailer.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. My next thing, THB, last year, we had an issue with the check. And so they weren't sure what they were going to do because THBEA kind of had a shakeup of people. And they are now offering $1,000 scholarship for a youth or a queen program. So we would obviously use it for the youth. So may I apply for that scholarship?
Is it 1,500?
Nope.
1,000.
It's 1,000.
I swear I saw something that was 1,500 and I thought
Well,
they
if
upped it.
you see 1,500, I'm just gonna do a jig right here because I thought I got 1,000.
Man, I you know, and here's what.
And that would be a bad visual, but I'd do it anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
It
for
doesn't
whatever
matter.
it is, either 1,000 or 1,500, I just want permission to apply through the club for that scholarship.
You need a motion?
So, yep.
So I would like to make a motion
I make-
that
I move that
the youth
scholarship.
committee gets to apply for that grant.
So it looks
So
like
did you-
Sue, did you motion that?
Yes, yes.
I'll second that.
Do we have any discussion?
And so
Awesome.
you said it would
Go
be
ahead.
for the youth because we're not going to do a Queen program. Okay, perfect.
No, it's all for youth.
That's even better. And
If we do
I
a
mean,
queen program, you got to wear the crown first.
I have our honeybee queen in the making
Uh,
right here. Well, she's ready. She wears a bee wing outfit, so we're getting her there. But
Awesome.
Cute.
and so with that, before we go to the next thing, do we have any idea of what we'd like to apply that if we do get the scholarship towards for the youth program? Do we want to? I'm just curious, or is that just like budgetary money that if something comes up, we can support it? Gotcha.
Yes.
Perfect.
Well, it will probably
will-
be to carry them through next year, the next group of scholarship students. I mean, everything the ones this year need is already budgeted and is accepted.
Yeah. No, I was
So-
curious if we had like a wish list of some sort, like but no, I think that's
Well, let me tell you what's happened with Brazos. The first year, everybody is very generous. The second year, they'll give it to you at cost. Third year, again, maybe cost, maybe full. So the gifts go down each year.
yeah, no, that's perfect. And I anticipate that being the case for 2021 going into 2. I don't think we're going to get 8 Nooks and smokers gifted to us again. So having the funds prepared, or
Yeah.
I don't know, with having a commercial beekeeping operation, a part of the board, maybe we could put some deposits down for splits so that way it's not so steep come the next time when we got new applicants. So no, perfect. I was just curious. Thank you.
And it would be nice we can do several things. We can have a GoFundMe page, which we've talked about with the Bill Hartley Memorial. So there's things that we can do throughout the year, and we can get a pool of people that this is your year, and we won't come around to you till 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now. If we could get kind of a pool of people and not have to tap them every year, that would probably be really a good way to do that.
Yeah, agreed. I think having this in the bank dedicated to that, and then also getting some sort of fundraising stuff so we have incoming donations applied specifically to that. So
And it does not hurt at all when we have our meetings and the kids are standing there that we mention that this is a fully funded program by donations. And we mention that at club meetings, and I don't care if we put a basket or
yeah,
we
like at
sell
church, pass the basket around and gather the funds.
right, or just put it, make it a game. Make one of the kids hold a jug while they talk, and shake the jug and say it's fully funded by donations. You can go to the GoFundMe page if you got some spare change. If you want to do it, right?
Right.
Every little bit is good, and it doesn't hurt to remind people that this is all donation based.
Yeah, there's some. I think I get the sense that there's some deeper pockets within the club that I think if we play the donation, this is fully funded by this whole initiative, that'll help. It'll also chime in well if we do that soon with our upcoming February speaker. I think we could pair nicely with that topic and then what we
Oh.
approach is.
And another thing too, when we do suggest donations, if they want to write a check or credit card that we are a 501c3, they do get a receipt for their income tax.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. So it doesn't
Definitely.
hurt to just remind people that, that we're so excited to be doing these programs, but to keep it going does require a little jingle and jangle sometimes. All righty. Yay. All in
Okay.
favor? We got to vote on it. Any opposed?
Thank you.
It passes unanimously. So much fun. So much fun on these little committees. Membership. We do not have a membership chair. We need one. Mentoring. Sherry. Welcome.
Hello. I had to unmute myself. I was talking. I don't have much of a report other than we have matched one mentee with Michelle, so graciously volunteered to take on the one mentee I've had come forth. So we've had several new members that I've reached out to and told them about the mentorship program. And so, yeah, that's really my only report of the month.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you though for checking him out. As an update, I did meet with Sid and we talked, and he doesn't necessarily need a mentor as much as he needs someone to manage his hives, but he already has someone managing his hives.
Oh, okay.
I'm
That's
not really sure
interesting.
what he needed.
That's the new way to get them.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
Oh, he can help me out.
Right.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah,
well.
but yeah, he already has someone, but that person may be moving. I don't know. He was going to get back to me and see if he needed someone, and I was going to send him the list of people. Just FYI, I do have a list of people who do ag exemptions. We need to update it for 2021 because I pass that out to people all the time who call us about if they call through the club and want to do ag exemption. So I definitely need to get that updated. Spread the word if you know anybody who does that. We'll try to get that.
It's a list of people wanting people to put bees there.
No, a list of people who will put bees.
Okay. I thought
A list of people who are looking
bees for ag. I was like, pass that along, please.
No, what I do is I send them a spreadsheet and then they call. They go through the list. So, or call or email or whatever they want to do. What I've usually seen is some people will start at the top and go down or call someone who's close to them. Other people will just email everyone, and the first one with the best deal, gets the deal. I will say ag exemptions require between 7 and 15 hives, so per location. So not everybody, a lot of people be like, oh yeah, I want to do that, but oh wait, I don't have 7 hives. So 7 hives to spare.
Okay.
Oh, were you ready to?
So did Denton change from 6 to 12 to 7 to 15?
No. It depends on the acreage.
It's I think it's 7 per 5 acre per every 5 or something like that.
Well, because I was on the original committee that we called every county with Dennis, and it was six hives for 5 acres, and then up to 20 acres it would be 12 hives because it was 1 hive for every additional 2.5 acres.
That is correct. I just threw a number out there.
Okay.
Maybe
so
I heard it. I heard that number too. I heard 7 before, so maybe I just had that in my mind.
It starts at 6.
I think
but
you put 7 on there in case one of them goes out and you get audited or something. You got your butt covered there.
Right.
Well, actually, you're supposed to have time, like 6 months or so many. You have several months to replace that hive if you lose one.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They have to be there 7 months out of the year anyway. But yeah, that was just a number because it could be a lot of hives that people have to come up with, and sometimes that's hard in May to come up with 8 hives
Yeah.
to move around. So I like to get mine all done so I don't have to try and figure it out in the middle. Okay, thank you very much, Sherry. Are you enjoying it?
I am. I do have a question. So is there anything I can do to help with that process? You said he was wanting more of someone to manage his hives. I mean, if there's anything I can do to help to prevent that in the future, I'd be happy to help.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, I had a conversation.
Okay.
I was glad we sat down with him for about an hour. So,
okay.
People aren't very clear on what they need, and so sometimes they have to
Okay.
sit down with you, and you'd be like, okay, so you have all these options on the table. Oh, well, that doesn't work for me. And that doesn't work for me, and I don't want to work these bees
Okay.
myself. And I'm like, you're looking for a different kind of mentor. So no,
Okay,
it's
got
nothing.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to
You
make
know.
sure, because if I don't ask, then I won't know how to improve the process or make it run more smoothly. So, okay.
I think the only thing you might ask is, so, maybe when you talk to people, say, so you yourself, so a mentor arrangement with our club is you'll be working your own bees with someone who is available for occasional visits and can help you out with an email or a phone call or a text.
Okay.
And if they say,
I can do.
I want
that's
something
good.
more hands-on, you're like, well, then you have to go to a paid.
Okay, got it. That's something I can, put into the initial email when I talk about so that's helpful. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you very much. That's awesome.
You're welcome.
It's gonna, get a lot more. You will be busy later.
Yeah. I figure come spring,
Uh-huh.
everyone's gonna be needing a mentor, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. And when people get in, and then of course you'll get all the ones in June where they're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, that's true too. That might even be me.
All right. Are you having any trouble getting people agreeing to mentor?
I haven't had any. Gary told me to reach out to, I can't remember his name, but he gave me somebody's phone number who I haven't yet called. But
Okay.
So that's the only person I have yet to, as a prospect. But
Okay.
so, I mean, I guess to answer your question, I don't know yet. I haven't had anybody to ask specifically, and nobody's volunteered as a new member.
Okay. I am still attempting to get MailChimp to release our login so that I can get on there and we can actually email people.
Okay.
So we need to, I've emailed them. They're going to email me back someday, I'm sure. So
Okay.
when we get that, then you can use that list to email the members if you'd like.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, awesome. Scott charging. Yeah, we need to get Scott back when we're in person again, charging for the newbie meetings. $5 is, his information is so much worth that. I don't know why we ever stopped, and that was a great little fundraiser. Does anybody have a problem? Well, let's see if does either one of you want to make a motion that we have Scott start charging again when we start meeting in person?
I move we
You
have
wanna
Scott start when we meet in person.
I second that motion.
Any discussion on that? It's $5. That's it. All right, all in favor?
$5 per person or $5 per couple or family or?
Per person. Okay, all in favor? Yay. Any opposed? All right, passed. All right, well, we're going to talk about our social media events and how they need to be available, but our communications person is not here.
Sorry, I'm
So-
driving.
Put it at the next meeting.
I see that we have next meeting, general
We
meeting.
have to have it available then.
I think she
I'm gonna-
tested it today, but I think we have through, was it February, March, April, May?
Yeah, but those are only general meetings. She didn't post any of the board.
Yeah, the boards aren't there, correct.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach out to her and get a really firm commitment on what we need for communications, for the actual communications position, and just sort of double check that that's something she's still ready, willing, and able to do. So let's see,
Yeah,
because
it makes it easier when I'm talking and trying to schedule people out to have something to send to them. And I think, you know, per the bylaws, like Sue said, you know, we got to have it posted. So hopefully,
yeah, we should, you know, and honestly, like I need to post to the website. I just haven't, because I don't know that anybody ever goes there at the moment. Kind of a state of the union and welcome everybody to the new board.
Yeah. should do
We
that.
all should be, according to the bylaws, we're all supposed to be posting once a month. And, you know, she's supposed to be, you know, doing social media. And I know it's winter time, but I need someone, you know, we need someone to kind of who's in front of that, not behind the trigger, you know.
Right.
Someone who's pulling a trigger, not waiting for, not a reaction.
Proactive.
Yeah. So
with that, should one of us, should we post something on the site and just see if it generates any? I mean, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go? I could post like an interactive thread to see if it gets anything. I mean, first off, I'll try and post it. Second, you know,
you can post as a board member.
Oh, okay.
Your login allows you to post.
Okay.
So you can, but I don't know if anybody
can read
it's
it.
so broken. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I know Em gave us an update, but I'm so frustrated. We're literally circling nothing. I mean, we got the ability to post, but the calendar's gone. I mean, the website is a brick right now. It is absolutely unusable. And this is not really on the agenda. I use WordPress all the time and I build websites all the time, and I went to set it on fire. I'm done. So I think we should think about, my issue is it's going to take a long time to hire someone and get them to build it. So
I think the unfortunate reality is that for 2020, no matter what direction we go, if we're going to salvage, if we're going to go new, Facebook's going to be our main platform of club interaction to the public, right? Which is not a catch-all of anything, but it seems
which is
that way.
Why I'm trying to get the.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the email up so that at least we have two. That's the quickest way that I know of to get to people again, between Facebook and email. I'm very frustrated, but I'm also, I don't see a fix to this in the next 6 months.
Yeah,
I just don't.
I mean, with where it's at, and I mean, like you said, if it's just going round and round, realistically, it's not going to be resolved in 2021.
Right. And you know, I know Em's sort of trying to decide what we need, but I just need some things.
So here's
fixed,
the thing.
like yesterday.
I know that everyone wants this really functional web page, but you're trying to drive people. Are you trying to drive people to Facebook, or are you trying to drive them to the web page? Because if you want to do a swarm announcement, all that stuff, you can forget about our web page. You should drive them to Facebook, and when they post it, we all get notices that, so anyone who's a member of that group gets a notice that someone posted to it. So that's your notification right there. So you could forget about putting a swarm notice on our web page. You know, if it depends, where do you want to drive people? And that's the way you should go.
So, the problem is, the problem is originally when we got the website up and running, we ran everybody to the website and away from Facebook, only for general announcements, because there's a lot of people that are older that don't do Facebook in our club. So we were running everybody because then they could get an email, because they either got a digest at the end of the day of all the posts, or they could subscribe and get an email the moment a swarm notice happened. And they didn't have to log on to Facebook and constantly be looking to catch a swarm. So that's the problem with that. So what I'm hearing is all this feedback. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. The club doesn't talk to me. They're old, and you and I talked about this. It's older people. You're very upset. They feel very disengaged with the club because they're not on Facebook. So the problem is that so I do want a functional website. I truly don't care if it's 3 pages at this point. I don't care if I have a landing page, a friggin' phone number, a swarm notice, and some forums or a way for people to talk. The rest of it is, to me, icing on the cupcake, and I don't care. I'm getting a little frustrated, so I apologize.
With a standard right? Maybe we can do that with a standard template from one of these providers, like GoDaddy or whoever. I mean, that is not an. I mean, the only thing I'm not sure about is that the forum where people can chat or post something that they want. That's the only thing that I don't know that's available. But Facebook can provide that. But you say you don't want to, you want to cater to all of the older members of the club who won't use Facebook. But at some point, you're going to have to cut that off and say, this is where we're going to go for communication, because you're trying to engage younger and younger people. And they're not into that stuff. They are going to be a Facebook, Instagram kind of group. So
yeah, but here's the deal. So the younger people can do it all. It's not that I'm trying to cater to the older people. The younger people can do it all. They can pivot technologically. They don't have any trouble with that. What I'm trying to do is catch the people who can't pivot and have no outlet whatsoever. I mean, all of us are able to traverse any of those things. So it doesn't matter.
Right. So a couple of meetings ago, we talked about taking the list of members and breaking it up and emailing them out. Have we done any of that? Do you need help with any of that? Do we need to call?
No, I asked our communications chair in December to write a letter for us, a welcome letter that we could look at and approve and send out as a new board. I am still waiting.
So maybe we don't wait anymore. Maybe we just do one ourselves.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I get it. What I'm saying is, look,
yes,
I'm not going to go around and do every job myself. I don't have the time for that as the board president. I just don't.
I know.
So I have to delegate. And when people don't get it done, then it has to come to the board as a whole for them to come out and say, this isn't happening. I'm not going to go around and talk to people. I'm not going to say, hey, you're not getting it done. Like I said, I'd reach out to Christina and make sure she still wants to do this because things aren't getting done.
I'll leave it alone.
Well, the thing is, honestly, I'm kind of having the same problem on the website. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I have 17 reasons every time I reach out. And I'm like, that's why I was a little pushed tonight. That's why I was pushing.
I heard it.
Okay.
Right.
Because in 3 months, not one thing has been done. We've talked about it. We've made a plan. I've done several conference calls. I've given, direction. We put together a little software thing that tells, okay, this is what needs to be done. And you're supposed to go in and update it. So far, I'm the only one who's actually doing the things. And again, I don't have time to build a website for us.
We're not calling out names. Are we financially supporting the web assistant in this, or is this volunteer?
No, she volunteered. She came to us.
Perfect.
Which is why I'm like,
helps.
okay, so, but again, we were going to talk about hiring someone and she's like, oh, I'm going to do all these things. And I'm like, okay. Again, now we're another month waiting for a calendar and a forum, and we're not moving forward in these areas.
We're not even treading water anymore. We're
not.
We're sinking.
So,
And I
So-
heard you talked about your frustration with volunteers before, you know, because when you have something like this, you can't hold them to anything because they're not being paid anything anyway. So you're just kind of,
right, and
yeah.
and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I don't want to say I'm sorry. You know, you volunteered, and I understand that it is a volunteer and it's unpaid, and I appreciate every single thing you do. But if you're going to sign on, then there's sort of a responsibility on your part that you're going to follow through.
Yeah, the onus is on you.
In a reasonable amount of time. And I don't want to be like, you're not doing your thing. It's just a volunteer. So we have to move on without you if you can't get there. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, I got you. Oh, wait.
Unmute, Sandra.
Thank you. One just bit of recommendation for any member that isn't on Facebook or other social media that we choose to use. If people just, because I've seen this in other clubs, if we just do emails, regular meetings, whatever, that's really what the majority of what the members, they just want communication.
And I agree. The problem is a basic email program cannot
Right.
send that many addresses. So we have to use something like MailChimp, which we pay for, but we can't log into because a previous board member refuses to give us the two-factor authentication code. And I'm emailing them regularly. I'm on my third email to ask them, because they don't have a phone number, to ask them to release it to us. So there's where we stand. And you know, Sue, we have the emails. We could break it up. How about this, guys? How about I do a basic draft letter? I'll have it done by Friday. I'll send it out to us board members. And then I will send it with 10 email addresses of current members, and we'll each send out this letter. If we approve it, we'll make sure we all approve it. And then we can each send out to 10 people and just say it's from, you know, from your loving board at Denton County Beekeepers Association.
How did we pay for the MailChimp? I mean, is it for a year, for 6 months?
No idea. That's a treasurer question.
Probably an annual subscription, I would imagine.
Could we just change the name of it when that annual thing is up, or just change the name of it, period, and start over?
I mean,
How much it is?
it's probably an auto renew. So we'd have to get a hold of them and ask them to cancel. So at the moment, I'm still trying to get a hold of them to let me log in. So sure.
Can that,
Yeah.
let me ask, since we have email with our, with whatever it is, we have the board
In
at
motion.
DCBA. We have email with our thing. Can we just not send it out through general?
You can, but you can no longer from one email address that's like a personal email address send out more than 20 email addresses. It's a spam thing. It's a legal thing where you're not allowed to do that anymore because people were getting spammed.
Isn't that with Yahoo, Gmail, and Hotmail and all of those? Does it apply to like a confirmed?
Yeah, that's why
email?
that's why Constant Contact and MailChimp and all those companies started to get past that spam filter.
So,
But
we are
I
a
send a
nonprofit.
newsletter.
We could.
I mean, I send a newsletter to 250 people, and it goes from Aunt Sue at AuntSue'sBarn.com through the GoDaddy email, and it goes out no problem. I'm not using MailChimp. I'm not using other thing. It's going out through there. So we can't use. I'm just wondering.
I don't know.
We
at
could
my
try it.
job.
so I
Yeah,
think,
Oh.
I mean, and here's my thought on the whole thing, and this is
Uh-huh.
going to tie in both plays. Why don't we try to send a mass email? And if we're successful, so right, create the template that you want to go for, try to send it through the masses, and we should all as members get that notification if it goes through. If it doesn't go through, then I think the right idea would be to parcel it out and say, hey, Eric, here's 10, hey, Sue, here's 10. Let's just start chipping away weekly at 10. And then, by March, we should have the lion's share of the members, at least a touch point there, our jumping off point.
I mean,
We'll know
can't
immediately if it's kicked back.
100 or 200, and then we each break it off. Like we can do 10 emails, one and then 10 and then 10 and 10 in a day, or every other day or something like that.
I mean,
don't know.
I
Well,
can
let's,
honestly send out 100 emails
Yeah.
individually within an hour. Like
Yeah.
type it in. I mean, because
Me
it's
too.
easy. You just copy paste the emails from like an
Right.
Excel.
I know.
It's like
I'm with
I don't want to overcommit. I don't want to, it's that whole political game, right? It's kind of just like, where do I overstep my play? But I'm just like relentless simplification. We're having a difficult time getting an email out to our club members in a time where our website's shoddy. It's like, let's just boil it down to brass tacks. And if I have to send out individual emails of a copy paste, like doable.
so
I
by
can send it
Friday,
from secretary, and you can send it from president, and
Yeah.
whatever.
so by Friday, I will have drafted an email. I will send it to y'all before Friday. If you guys can have it looked at and sent back by Friday, then I will attempt to do a mass email from the president attendees, and we'll see how that goes.
I'll proof
Okay.
it and I'll have it back to you within an hour of receipt.
Okay, and it'll kick back right away if it's not going to go.
That's what I'm saying. We'll find out if
Right.
it's going to go through.
Yeah.
If it does, perfect. We now have a way to address the mass, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I think
Well, I'm personally bothered by this previous board member who won't give up the information.
I think you should go
Oh.
talk to him.
this is
I
this
mean-
is not last year's board either. This is a few years.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should go talk to him, Sandra, and get it back.
And he's not a member now, right?
Correct.
Yeah, not in good standing.
They are still
Correct. No,
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 they're not.
they've let their dues lapse. Yeah.
So they're not even a club member anymore.
If they were a club member, we'd make Sherry do it. She's on mentoring. Hi, do you need a mentoring, by the way?
Yeah.
Sherry's like, no.
I'm like, wait. Hold up.
What?
So I think,
So,
right.
yeah.
I think that's a great idea. If you want to have some to us by end of this week, at the end of the day, our massive, I shouldn't say our mass, I don't know the percentage. That'd be an interesting stat to know how many use Facebook versus how many use traditional email. But if we can at least get something to them this weekend, which is studies show the time that people are checking these newsletters more often than during the week, I think we could really make an impact, or at least we'll know, right?
Yep.
If we're going to. So
Because the
I-
meeting is next week, right?
Right.
Our meeting is
yes.
yeah.
Yep.
So let's do that. Let's invite everybody. Let's kick off the year. I'll write it up. No problem.
And we have a big, as far as like North Texas beekeepers go, we have one of the bigger names in North Texas talking at our meeting next week. So
Right. Let's do I'll put a little bio about Blake, our speaker. And what's he speaking on? We haven't even, we haven't got to that.
right, yeah.
So
we
I
could
guess
jump to there.
let's
and
go
I
ahead then.
can-
Yeah, let's jump. Right.
So Blake,
I
Blake
just
should,
realized this meeting is recorded, y'all. And Sue, I'm going to need you to set this on fire.
but
I don't think so. I think, you know what? I think all of this stuff that we're talking about is serious and it needs to be talked about. So I'm fine with everything we're saying. We
Okay.
haven't put anyone down. Very
Yeah.
professional, the whole thing, I think. So I think we're good.
Okay. Good.
So next week, February speaker, Blake Shook, owner of Texas Bee Supply, is going to speak to the club about his start into beekeeping, which is going to pair nicely. So Sandra, I would strongly encourage the youth to be on that meeting because that was his start into beekeeping, was through a youth program in Collin County. So I asked him to speak a little bit to that. I kind of told him, I was like, dude, you really have like an hour plus if you want. If you want to talk about youth, if you want to talk about commercial beekeeping and managing 20,000 hives, you know, and I was like, you can do that. So I think he's going to talk about his start, a little bit about the business aspect of beekeeping, and then how important the youth scholarship program is. So
Awesome.
I think
Awesome.
that would be
He
very,
All the
invite
youth
the
will be
parents.
on,
yeah,
and they
invite the
will all be
parents.
in their yellow shirts.
That's perfect. And it's even right. Give it a little plug too, because it's his, I'm sure Blake knows, but his dad's the one who gave us all the stuff from TBS. But yeah, I mean, that's how Blake got started. So he's going to speak to that. So I think if anything, we'll get our youth people bought more into what we're offering there. I mean, that's kind of a pound your chest, feel good moment. So he'll be talking there. But I also think that sending an email out to the masses, mentioning, you know, someone that the only brick and mortar bee store in North Texas, he's going to talk about his start. Like, you're making money, a living off of
That's
bees.
not true.
Is there another brick and mortar?
Yes.
Gary,
Gainesville.
Are you talking like
It's
the
great.
dance?
He has an actual storefront. No,
Oh,
I'm talking about Gary up in Gainesville.
oh
Honeybees
yeah, that's right. He
Unlimited.
does have the store.
Actual store.
I'm so used to
Good
the
thing
will
he's not on
call.
this meeting.
I'm so used
Yeah.
to going to his house and just picking it up. So
Right. I mean, me too. But he actually has a store, and you know, he's very gracious in bringing it to us or bringing it to his house for us to pick up. But he does have a store.
misspoke. My apologies. But no, I mean, I'm so used to the catered service. But yeah. So that's who our February speaker is, and I think that because our online meetings continue to see some sort of non-consistent numbers, we're dropping weekly or monthly. I think if we can get a tease out there, we're going to get more people to at least sign on for it. And then that's also going to pair well because March, we also have another pretty interesting story coming up that is, I think she's an out-of-towner, so it'd be good to have a good club turnout. But
It's
And
the
here's
veil.
here's the thing too. A lot of those people don't use Zoom or are afraid to use Zoom or don't know how to use Zoom. Could you put a blurb in there that if they need help or want to get with someone at the meeting, we can socially distance meet and do a Zoom somewhere? You know, if they could just put my phone number and my name in there, I'm happy to help them.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and that's, I'm really kind of piggybacking on that real quick. I'm really pushing Gary to get us a meeting with that guy from the Parks Department of the city so that we can possibly secure that building to have our meetings in. I'm pushing him, and he's getting his bees to California. And as soon as that's done, we're gonna meet him. But I'm not gonna let that sit down. So hopefully we'll get that meeting space and we can try to do some sort of socially distance, triple mask, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So, I mean, and that's, I think that kind of hits on both points. And that's really all I had to talk about today was just who our February speaker is. And then extend my services of mass sending the emails or, damn it, what was it? I was going to volunteer for something else, but I can't remember now.
Okay. Well, good. Great job really on the speakers. Great job. I'm really impressed. We need to discuss with our budget paying them. We keep talking about that every time. So I want to make sure that's in our budget that we offer people a little bit of money. Can you even give them a $5 Starbucks card? Can we mail them something?
Sure. Yeah. And a lot like Ryan for last month, he enjoys talking about something he's passionate about. Blake also, I can extend the offer. And then really this lady for March, her big thing is going to be just someone listen to her podcast. She's got like 10,000 people that listen to her bi-weekly podcast about bees. Like it's actually, she pulls in some big names to talk about bees and just like biologists, people like honeybee research, just like doctors that dedicate their life to these studies. She just gets them on the podcast, and then as a side hustle, she builds these adorable little veils.
You know, you think about trying some people at the B Lab. See if we can get Dr. Rangel to speak. We have those people here in Texas too. Some big names. Yes.
Yeah, I do know
What's
with Juliana,
What's her
she
name?
has told all the guys at the lab that they don't have to speak more than once. So get them quick.
What lab is this? Because I'm
The
looking.
honeybee lab, Juliana's lab down at A&M.
Okay.
Texas A&M Commerce.
No,
No.
not Commerce, Texas A&M at College Station.
Oh, College Station.
Mm-hmm.
Juliana Rangel, Dr. Rangel.
Dr.
So
Yeah, yeah.
we
What is
so
the
we
podcast?
what?
What is the name of the podcast?
She just changed.
I think it's
It
called
was-
is it Mandy's
Yeah,
podcast? I think it's called
Beekeepers
Beekeepers Confidential. Yeah.
Okay.
Eh,
But she just changed it, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought she just changed her store name, but I know. Yeah, she did post something about changing it, but I reached out.
Works.
Yeah, and now I forget what it is, but I reached out to her because I had bought one of her veils, and she was saying that she was going to try to make the presentation more of an interview style. So if we had any specific questions, to send them to her. So she's great. I really like her a lot.
She is awesome, and
Yeah, she is.
yeah, she's just a good. And that's what I asked her. I was like, man, these PowerPoint show and tell are great. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's value, but with our terrible numbers, the more we can get people to interact with this, is just we're gonna get them to stick around a little bit longer. And she's like, oh, I'll do that. And I was like, perfect. I'll stage some questions if you need me to.
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to think of some that we could ask.
So what I think you need to do, Eric, if you'll don't mind my suggestion, because no one's gonna step up on Zoom, and then people are gonna talk on each other, and then
I'm gonna stage them.
Do you interview her?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm down with
So that way there's no, because I went to I actually paid money to go to a presentation where it was a guy that was a YouTube cook, and he was promoting his new book, and his best friend was there, and he interviewed him. And it was really kind of cool. He was like, these are the questions people ask me all the time. And ask her, what are your most frequent asked questions? And what do people most want to know? Get some of those in there, right?
Yeah, no, I'll do that. And she's good with that form. You know, I think that's, if someone was to ask me, and having done many presentations, I prefer that style. Not B presentations, don't get me wrong, but like just my day job presentations. If I do anything but talk about slides that I'm literally just reading the words, like that's so much more personable. So if y'all think of questions that I could ask, I'm happy to tee that up and schedule it that way and just go about it. So
yeah, Sherry has obviously talked to her some, so maybe she has an idea of some questions.
maybe Sherry wants to interview her.
Or Sherry could interview her.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Female is
I can think.
power.
I'll think of some
Future
questions.
Is female.
What?
Right.
Future is female. Two.
Well, that's true.
Beekeeping women.
Well, I will make it a point to check out her podcast for the next board meeting, and I'll have some questions for you. How about that?
Yeah, it's cool. It's
I
really
love
cool.
that. I love that format. That'll be great.
Yep. So that's March. So we got Blake doing his thing in February. She's in March, and then it's probably tomorrow. I'm going to contact A&M and at least just start seeing which one of the technicians there can speak a little bit more about it. And then I know that I hate beating the, so might is such a touchy thing for treatment and not. I think a lot of our club members are treatmenters, but there's so many like doctorate candidates out there that have dedicated their life to understanding the biology of mites. And it's like, I don't want to bore the group, but this shit's fascinating. Like there's these scientists that study mites and bees. Like OSU, Oregon State University, has like this dedicated lab that they report all their studies. So I don't want to bore the group. So I'm trying to, bring some spice to the people that present to the group to pull different audiences of our club. But I don't know.
What? Talk to the guy. You know his name, the Hive Jive.
John Swine.
John Swan.
He politely said, "Not right now."
Oh, because I was gonna say maybe he could talk about social media, about podcasts, about beekeeping technology wise in this age.
Yeah.
But if he passed,
Well,
I mean, heck, I could talk about TikTok, but that's pretty boring.
I think
tell you how to whip it together in a minute.
Right. I think he's having to play Mr. President of Texas Beekeepers Association. So I can't commit to one club because then I'll be doing meetings literally every week for the remainder of the year. So I was like, all right, what if you did it as the Hive Jive? And he's like, okay, nice try, but
no, right. Yeah, but good try. I'm glad you tried. We do have a TBA representative now. She spoke many times. It's Robin. So I don't know that we if anybody necessarily wants to hear what our rep does at TBA, but I'm just trying to think of some channels. Any of the master beekeepers on the site will talk.
We do have Leanne, who didn't make the meeting in the fall because of a election position she was in, who has those horizontal hives. She wants an opportunity, if you're interested in talking with her, so she can show her hives and talk about them at the meeting. So
sure.
Okay.
And I know we have a few members that bought her horizontal hive, so could also kind of cater that to what she finds valuable and how other people, like consumers, view it as well. That's a good one. Yeah, I might reach out to her.
I got the first one as a demo.
Oh, you have a horizontal hive?
Yeah, I have her first one as a demo. So we were working with her with things that needed to be improved on it. So yeah, she's been very responsive on it too. So that's how I know her.
Eric, you might think about doing a hive inspection Zoom meeting. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, if you want to come, you can. If you want to watch it from afar, we have a tripod. We can set up a camera. We can do a hive inspection. That's kind of a basic topic. What I'd like to see is a range of beginner and advanced topics. Because for a while there, all of our topics were all beginner and mead making. And I'm like, well, none of this interests me. We need, and we kind of started a little offshoot of group of people who talked about more advanced stuff because we weren't getting that through the club. So I would like to see, stuff. Yes, Sandra.
Art Thomas, he's a former professional beekeeper in California, moved to Texas to be close to his kids. Everybody at TBA knows him. He travels all over the state talking, but he loves Zoom because he doesn't have to go anywhere.
So does Joe Lewis, and Joe Lewis has a really cool idea on trap outs that no one has asked him to talk about.
Hold on.
Joe Lewis
Art would be great. Art would be great for spring management.
I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah, that's true. We could also do, that wouldn't be bad to do a Zoom meeting do a split. To actually video a split.
Well, spring management being just in what to check for your hives, when, how not to.
Yeah, but I'm also talking about, see, we're back to basics. If you've had bees through one spring, you know what the heck to do.
Yeah, but Art's an unusual guy. You'll learn something from him if you've been keeping bees for 20 years.
Cool. But I also don't have a problem, especially since people aren't really getting out and talking to each other and helping each other because we're kind of still social distancing. Let's video some splits.
Who was your person, Michelle?
Art Thomas, I'll send you his information.
Excellent.
Mine is Joe Lewis.
Art and Joe. I just thought of, and I don't know if Gary or Sebastian would be open to it, but a video of them in the almond fields.
Mhm.
Would
Yeah,
be really
that would be interesting.
to see, like the commercial side of things. And I mean, they could even just put a GoPro on, or I mean, I don't know. Gary's a professional photographer. If he agrees to do it, I'm not worried that he can figure out a way to video
And I
himself.
have a GoPro he can take with him.
Yeah, I'm not.
He brings it back.
I know he's confident and enough to figure that out, but that would be really neat to see, you know, the millions of bees that are trucked in and
How about that one that flipped over last week in Dallas? Huh?
yeah, and
Not that.
that was terrible. The one in San Antonio, and I think the
San
worst
Antonio.
part was how the city responded to it by
Yeah.
spraying it. And it's just like, I mean, I get it, but I don't get it as like it hurt my heart.
Yeah, mine
Oh.
too. All right, guys, we
Got
gotta
your
move on.
message,
We're
Sandra.
here all
Thank you.
night. Thank you so much, Eric, for all of that, and I hope that kind of helps you get some ideas there too. I'm looking for my agenda.
Agenda. The next thing is anything we need on the standard meeting agenda that's missing today. And how about Eric, we do a vice president report?
But that's, yeah, because we had committee reports. Sorry, I'm eating my dinner, guys.
Yeah.
Put you on there as a need a vice president report. Anything else you want on there all the time?
Don't give me an option to talk about random stuff.
Maybe
Okay, forget it.
fundraising.
Everyone else but Eric. Who else? What?
Fundraising.
Oh, fundraising. And how about a Hive report? How about that?
Oh, at the general meeting? Are you talking about the general meeting?
Oh, no, I'm talking about this one. Forget it. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Fundraising. Okay, anything else?
Okay. I desperately need to get an audit committee together. I've got someone I'm gonna call. I gotta call them. We need a budget person. So please, you know, we can add that in the draft email too, that we have some open positions and this is what we're looking for. So we desperately need to get those things set up.
Okay.
All right.
And then the grant thing was the next thing, but you already talked about that at the very beginning. Very beginning, she talked about the grant and we made a motion for her to apply for it, right? Okay, so that was done. The next one is the sales tax procedure. We already talked about that. We're done. Let's go.
Oh, my gosh. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I appreciate it. I know this one was kind of a tough one, but we're going to get there. So,
You're set. Now
yeah. I think everybody is willing. We just have some obstacles, but we got this, right? We'll get it. So you were going to look at pricing of different websites, just how much, like Wix or Square or Word. I mean, I already know what WordPress costs.
I thought we were waiting until we got I mean, I can't go look until we know what we need. So the general monthly stuff or annual stuff, is that what you want from all of those? I could do that. I thought we were going to wait for back before we did anything.
We had given her, that was in January. And here we are in
Okay.
February and we're back on the same.
So
Okay, so I'll
On the
get
same
basic
week.
pricing for the next.
All I want to know is how much is it going to cost for them to host a website for us? That's all I
Oh,
need
just
right now.
hosting? You don't need hosting? I mean, that's the only thing you're looking at, not the web tools for design or anything?
Well, what we need is a place to put, we need a place to put our website. So Wix or Square. Yes, Sandra.
TBA has WordPress and writes for everybody to host. I don't know how that works, but all I know is it's paid for all clubs.
Right. Well, okay. I never got any details on that. I could never get anyone to tell me.
I can
What
get you
the-
details on that. I'll have it to you by the weekend.
Because I never got any details on what they mean. Is it on the TBA? Like, is it a link from the TBA? Do we get our own URL?
I'll get you details.
Okay.
I think it's just a landing page too. I didn't think there was any functionality to it, but I could be wrong.
I don't
Right.
know. All I know is,
Okay.
I mean, that's a solid starting point. That's a good jumping off point.
Yeah.
If TBA can host something and it's covered being a club, done.
I mean, technically, we have WordPress already, and we have, so at this point, we already know what we're paying for WordPress. And if we want to stick with WordPress, then what?
we shouldn't be paying.
Again, I don't know. I never could get any details from them on what exactly they're
I'll get it. I'll get it.
So,
At least that'll be a starting point for what we know we can get free and what we can't get.
right. We're
I'll
already
get
paying
details.
for the hosting of the site we have now. Technically, if we're going to stay where we're at, we can hire someone to build it on the WordPress site we already have. We just need, I've already asked Bob to make us a subdomain and copy our website over so we can work on something that's not published. So if that's the case, someone could take it, trash everything and build a new one. But I think you guys wanted to switch sites. So
Well, let's start there. Let's see what we can get from TBA.
mhm.
And then, I mean, if Sue, if you're out there getting host pricing, at least we can report that back and be like, okay, look, TBA's got this covered. Here's our run of the mill price of if we wanted to do it on GoDaddy, Bare Essentials, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I said,
we're not
2020
GoDaddy is a hosting and they do web, so they do whatever. What we need is Wix. We need a builder. We need a website builder program. So that's
So
your
what are
website.
some of the
GoDaddy
questions?
Also, GoDaddy has the website builder also.
It's WordPress.
No, it's a tool. It's a set of tools called Web Builder. I mean, they have the WordPress thing too, but they have a web builder with all the tools that you can just use, and it's plug and play. You just click, 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 it's done.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, find out the price on that. The price Wix. Square has one too.
I'm paying for it now, so I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I did not mean to get us back on the website. I'm gonna have a corn.
Let's go. What time are we adjourning? 7:56?
Yes, ma'am. Can I get a motion?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
I second.
All in favor? Woo! Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you all so much. Talk to you later. You'll have my
Thank you.
stuff by Friday.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sherry.